in San Diego. We have a fantastic crowd tonight here at the Jeffrey Theater at Spreckles. What was that? Sorry. Anyway, I'll move on. We've got some great prizes to give out to our live audience tonight, like these. We got 2 tickets to see Wakaki Band at the House of Blues. If you want to win prizes like this, just get your tickets at tonightinsandiego.com or go on social media like Twitter and Instagram and post to that and hashtag it Tonight in San Diego. Our next guest coming on the show for our Comic-Con Spectaculare is the director of PR for the Comic-Con San Diego. Please welcome David Glanzer.
What an amazing audience.
It is a great audience. It is a great audience. Yes. They yell random things. I don't know what it is. And I stop and I go, huh? And then they don't,
I do a lot of, huh?
It's like a weird stand-up set of mine. So it's nice to see you, David. Thank you for coming on the show. By the way, have you been watching this Comic-Con Spectaculare we've had so far?
I actually caught a little bit of upstairs, yeah.
What did you think of our cosplay
Pretty
earlier?
Pretty amazing.
Pretty good?
Very talented.
I know you've seen it all. That's why. Oh, there it is.
I look just like the real Pikachu.
You know what? I was going to chase you, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
I'm not going to either. So, David, you have been part of Comic-Con for a long time. When did you get started with Comic-Con?
I first started attending as a fan in 1978, and then started volunteering in 84.
Okay.
And took on a staff position in 1994 for about a year or two.
Okay.
And that was, many years ago. So
I see. So, and what do you do as the director of PR for San Diego Comic-Con?
What I do now is very different than what I did before. It used to be that I would do advertising and try to promote the show and try to get people to come to the show. There was a time when we really couldn't get people to come to the show. We would give away free tickets, and nobody would come.
So there was a time when San Diego Comic-Con, you were begging people to come to that.
Literally begging, please come.
Wow.
And now that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
So now a lot of it is just making sure that we try to maintain a positive impression of what we do. A lot of people want to partner with us, so we have to worry about our logo, our brand, things of that nature, and it's a lot more adult now, but it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah. Do you dress up when you go to Comic-Con?
You know, when I was younger, I used to dress up in costume, and now I still dress up in costume, but it's more like a jacket and tie.
This is the costume?
Yeah, totally.
This is the costume. Yeah.
Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a jeans and t-shirt guy. I try to sneak on with the jeans tonight anyway, but jacket and the tie is
well,
really
this is like the Bruce
costume.
Wayne version of
exactly,
you right now. Yeah,
exactly. That's I'll have to remember that.
Yeah. But do you have a favorite costume that you've seen at Comic-Con, or like if you were to dress up as a superhero, who would it be?
Well, that's not fair. He hasn't seen my Doctor Strange costume
Yet. I will tell you
I've seen his Eye of Agamotto. It's a little weird.
I think if I could, I'd love to be a stormtrooper. But I have to tell you, I think there are so many costumes, so many incredibly talented people out there that every year, and if you come to Comic-Con or even outside in the streets, you're constantly amazed at the amount of talent that people have and dedication. It's really remarkable.
It is amazing. Last time I was there, I saw a guy that looked exactly like Lou Ferrigno.
Isn't that remarkable?
Yeah. I think it was actually Lou Ferrigno.
Well, I will tell you something. A lot of celebrities actually walk the floor. And sometimes you may think that, oh gosh, that guy really looks like whoever it happens to be.
Yeah.
And oftentimes it is.
And sometimes don't they dress up in costume of themselves? Like didn't Bryan Cranston come as Heisenberg and walk around as Heisenberg just to get
Actually, I think Bryan Cranston wore a Bryan Cranston mask. But there are celebrities literally who are like wearing, their big costume is wearing a ball cap. And I've seen fans, approach them and say, oh my gosh, can I have your autograph? And they're very accommodating, but they're all, keep it on the down low because no one knows.
Yeah.
So, you never know who you're next to.
There's other comic-related events, but this San Diego Comic-Con has become like massive. What is it that makes this event so unique compared to all the other comic events?
I think the fans. Anybody here who's been to Comic-Con before? It really is true. And one of the things that we really try to do is focus on. We're actually an educational organization. A lot of people don't realize that. But you come to Comic-Con and you can have a lot of fun with costumes and displays, but there's workshops, there's panels, there's programs breaking into comics, filmmaking, costuming, you name it. There's a lot of stuff there, and people learn a great deal. And I think that's what kind of separates us. It's not just celebrities, whether they're celebrities in film or gaming or toys or comics, but there's a lot of how-to stuff.
Yeah, it's really expanded outside of comic books too. I mean, when it started, I assume it was based strictly in comic books.
It's interesting.
And then it sort of moved on from that.
Well, when we first began, it was actually comic books, film, and science fiction and literature, and a lot of people don't realize that. In fact, I think year 2 or 3, Frank Capra was one of our guests, and no one would argue that he was really a comics person, but film has always been an integral part. And now, some 47 years later, it's interactive multimedia, it's, action figures, it's costuming, it's, you name it, if it's pop culture, and if it's a form of artistic expression, for the most part, it'll probably be at the show.
Yeah, I feel like it's spilled over. I mean, it's like you go to Renaissance Fair now, and you'll see like Klingons walking around.
You know what?
It's not historically accurate, I don't think.
And one of the cool things is at Comic-Con, you'll see people in Ren Fair outfits. And there are people who, I don't know if we still have that this year, but they've had lessons and displays on how to fight in battle armor, which I'm kind of a queasy type guy, so I never go to that. I mean, it's always safe, really? Nobody gets hurt. But my luck, I'd be there when somebody broke a nail or something, and I'd freak out.
So you don't watch Game of Thrones then, I guess. That's not for you. That show's not.
Read the books.
Read the books.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a true Comic-Con fan right there. You read the book. You're one of those two? You read the books?
I'm only on book 3, so we got to stop this conversation right
now.
now.
No spoilers.
So what are you looking forward to this year? What's the big couple events that are coming up at San Diego Comic-Con
There's
this
a couple of really great things. We're very pleased to have the world premiere of the next Star Trek movie at Comic-Con.
Awesome.
Star Trek Beyond. There's a great deal of stuff that happens, but for me, I think one of the coolest things is really like people watching. I know it sounds a little cheesy, but man, when you see a family who is having a really great time, or kids who get to see maybe a star that they're a really big fan of, or just people cosplaying and having a great time, it's really kind of a safe environment where what I like to say is you can be yourself or who you want to be. And you know what? No judgment. And I love that. I think we need more of that.
That is awesome. Yeah. That's very cool. So, do you have an overall favorite part about working with such an event that's so highly anticipated, that people are looking forward to all year long? I mean, people are preparing for it and going through boot camp and everything else. How does it feel to be a part of that?
It's amazing. I have to tell you, it's it takes thousands of people to put on the show. We are lucky that we have almost 4,000 volunteers who work over the course of the week. And I have a small part in putting it together, but it's remarkable to know that people are so enthusiastic. They wait in line for hours to get into a panel or to get into the show. And when it's over, it's remarkable because it's, on Monday we come in and there's nothing there. And it's almost like a little piece of heaven was there and it's gone, but it comes back. So I'm really looking forward just to the excitement, the people, everybody hopefully having a great time.
Yeah, that's terrific. So where can they find out more about the San Diego Comic-Con?
Check out, we have an app. We have a Comic-Con app. We also are at comic-con.org, and our full schedule's up there, and it should be a lot of fun, including the outside activities. So.
Awesome. So my only last question is, can we get a couple of tickets for free?
I think we might be, only if you give them away.
Only if I give them away? I'll give them away to Keith, and he can give them right back to me. There we go. Sounds like a deal. Thank you so much. Let's hear it for David Glanzer for coming on the show. Check out San Diego Comic-Con this year here in San Diego. We'll be right back, coming up with our musical guest, Morgan Lee Band, here on Tonight in San Diego. Stick around. That was terrific.